He trusted me. He knew that my daughter won't go on, like गलत रास्ते पे नहीं चलेगी or something. And मुझे इन बाकी सारे शौक, I don't have a vice. I want them to just take one day at a time because I was really hard when I was growing up on myself. I was really hard on myself. But today I feel like, hey, I wish life is way too simpler, yaar. Like I have to be good, I have to be thin, I have to meet all the beauty standards. My English should be polished. I have gone up to people and reintroduced myself multiple times.
Wow.
And I'm talking about people who I've worked with. That Reddit website just pisses me off. They write bullshit about people and their characters, and they think that
Hello everyone, this is Aina and welcome to Instant Bollywood. I'm in conversation with the super talented and gorgeous Mrunal Thakur. So nice to have you.
So nice to have you too.
Again, I think this is the first time we're speaking solo, so I'm really excited.
Oh, thank you. I mean, thank God for that because I remember we keep talking about it and we never do it.
Yeah.
But today it is.
It is finally happening. Have you ever thought today, wherever you are, acting was not on your mind when you wanted to take up this journey? Correct me if I'm wrong, you wanted to be a dentist.
Yeah.
So, do you feel like if acting nahi hota, मेरी life kitni alag hoti and
Oh
how?
God. I don't know where I would be. I would definitely have a lot of children or be married. I'm glad acting happened because that's how I truly discovered who I am.
Yeah.
Also, I come from a very a middle class family, and their upbringing is different. And I don't think I would be happy if I was not an actor.
What do your family have to say about this
Transition?
This side of the world, because it's glamour and so much of hard work also.
Actually having an argument, like a healthy, good argument with my parents. I said, Papa, do you notice that everything that you kept me away from while I was growing up, television, films, I am doing it.
Yeah.
He said, yes, beta, that was my biggest learning, that if you are raising children, you do not keep them away. You just tell them that maybe limit less karo, thoda uska limit pe rakho, but you can't be because children, the psychology is totally different. When someone says don't do that, they'll do that. So
rebel.
They're rebel, and I'm a big rebel. So I mean, it was so funny that we were having this conversation 2-3 days ago, and they're like, "Thank God you're an actor." And you didn't settle for anything less.
Yeah.
And that I've discovered, it's this, so much comes with acting, like each characters that we play, they teach us so many things and it helps you. Like today, I can put sutures. Like that's what my job allowed me to do, to be a doctor. I have little bit training of what cops go through, or when I was prepping for Ananya's character in Tufan, they taught me how to put sutures, yaar. Actually, when I was shooting for Family Star, one of my sutures, because I had to extraction, came off in the aircraft because of the air pressure. The moment I landed, I was able to cut my own suture.
Oh my God.
I mean, I don't think my friends and my family, when I told them this is what happened to me, they're like, we won't be able to do so. So I said, Papa, I've done this, so it's good. To be an actor is such a blessing. You get to explore the world, you get to explore the culture, the tradition, food, people, religion, costumes, different folk dance, and it's just beautiful. If I wasn't an actor, I don't know what it would. I would be really unhappy for sure.
Did you ever speak to your parents, or like when you started off, when you're coming from a non-filmy background, there is always this panic कि कैसी industry होगी, कैसे लोग होंगे.
He would come with me on set sometimes.
Yeah, would he check everything and then let you be?
I think what was important and what I do appreciate is that he trusted me. He knew that my daughter won't go on गलत रास्ते पे नहीं चलेगी or something. And मुझे इन बाकी सारे शौक, I don't have a vice. The only vice I have is I drink coffee. That's my vice. So he knew that I'm a good kid. In fact, for Pippa, I needed to smoke, okay?
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to smoke. So I had to start taking lessons on the herbal cigarettes.
Oh.
And my dad is like, what are you doing? I said, Papa, I'm just struggling with this scene. He's like, what is this scene? I said, I'm sharing a cigarette with my brother and we're having a scene. He's like, so what's the problem? I said, Dad, I don't know how to smoke. So he was telling his friend, my daughter is working so hard to be a bad girl. And I was like, wow, this is what it is.
Yeah.
So he trusted me. He knew that I'm not going to take silly decisions. So he had that faith on me. And he's like, Beta, if this is what you want to do, please go explore.
Yeah.
And guts. Like, my dad, like, we come from such a middle class family where this is not even considered to be a career option.
Yeah.
And here I am today. I think I owe it to my parents.
Absolutely.
And my sister, my entire family, because I wouldn't be the way I am today, where I've reached today, because without their support.
But can I tell you something, that whenever I'm taking interviews of actors, सबकी ज़बान पे मृणाल का नाम है.
Really?
In terms of that, you see Mrunal Thakur, how she has gone from TV to films, how she has done this. She's an example.
That's so sweet.
Nobody till date.
I did see Karishma's interview.
Yeah, but that was one. Sometimes you miss names unintentionally. But somehow everyone said Mrunal. That means you are the first thing that pops up in their head. Does that kind of make you feel like there are so many eyeballs on me? I don't want to lose where I am because it's difficult to maintain.
I never thought about it, Aina. Eyeballs का क्या है ना, फिर आप pressure हो जाता है, like you feel pressure, you feel like expectations बहुत होंगे. I have always been that kind of daughter or the person, like even if I see something, okay, if I see a series or I see a movie I really like, I go out of my comfort box to go and talk about it on social media because they deserve that love and recognition. And I don't want to shy away from, if I like something, I wouldn't post it just because it's my contemporary.
Yeah.
You know, but I can't expect them to do that for me.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not praising them that one day they'll praise me on social media.
But that's hard to do it, not have expectations.
No, but it's good to not have expectations, otherwise you'll be too messed up in your mind.
Yeah.
They're noticing, it's great. I'm very thankful, I'm grateful for all the love and recognition that I've been getting. And I'm a human, I may be right, I may be wrong sometimes. I want to just own this journey, make as many mistakes as I can, blossom and be an inspiration to the younger generation. And I want them to just take one day at a time, because I was really hard when I was growing up on myself. I was really hard on myself. But today I feel like, hey, I wish life is way too simpler, yaar. It's not about owning brands. It's not about having so many million followers. It's not about who you hang with. It's not about who reposts your story or who talks about your movies. I mean, yes, mouth publicity is good, everything is good, but you know, just wo dil se karo yaar, and just be kind. Just be kind. That's it.
But in what way were you hard on yourself?
Like, I have to be good, I have to be thin, I have to meet all the beauty standards. My English should be polished. I'm not saying my vocabulary is that great, and I'm still learning every day. There are words which I do not pronounce as it should be, or grammatically there were some mistakes that I would make. But theek hai yaar. I use these things in one of the characters where she's not so padaku or padaku types or gaon ki hai, so I use that there. So like Meryl said, take your broken heart, make it into an art.
Absolutely. You know, I have to speak about even the fact that because your journey has been commendable, have you met people who probably within the industry who did not take you very seriously in the beginning, and now those are the same kind of people who are coming to you like for work and appreciating your work?
I don't keep personal grudges. Like, I know there are moments, there are times where they refused. They just didn't acknowledge me. Like, they would just like walk past through me as if I was literally like a dead soul or something, standing in front like a spirit or something like that.
That can really hit you at that time.
I mean, but you know what? It doesn't cost you dollars to reintroduce yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I have gone up to people and reintroduced myself multiple times.
Wow.
And I'm talking about people who I've worked with sometimes, some way or the other. And it was so funny that that person refused to recognize me, and I said, it doesn't cost me dollars to reintroduce myself. I am Mrunal, and I did something with something like this particular series or show or film or television series, something with you, and it's so nice to meet you. I really still cherish all the moments and great things, you know, whatever project we were on, and the achievements, and thank you for being you, because I am what I am is because of you and your small contribution. So I don't know if something changed in that person's mind or not, but something did change in my mind is I'm not coming home with a lot of grudges. I don't want to divert my energy there.
One of your videos where you spoke about, I want to do films in Marathi, in Telugu, in Tamil, in every language. Where are you getting time for yourself?
I am.
How?
I don't know how, but I do it. I just plan my day. Like, for example, today I have interviews starting from 12 to evening 7 p.m. I will wake up in the morning at around 6:30, finish my workouts, finish my thing, make my coffee, and start getting ready, and get back to work. I think you just need to plan your day backwards. And if it's better if you just find that 1 hour for yourself before or after work. Because if not, then you're just exhausting yourself. You'll just get burnt out. One day there'll be just like a shutdown moment where you'll just be like, I'm done. And I think it's one of the reasons, and I really look forward to meeting my friends after pack up, or in the morning. Like, I like to just stay by myself, do nothing. Like, that's one thing I learned from Ikigai, the book, is like sometimes you're so get burnt out with playing your father's daughter, your mother's daughter, your sister's sister, or your friend's friend, but you truly don't get to explore the relationship that you have with yourself. I mean, what do you want from yourself? Like, today what I wanted to do for myself was to just burn a candle. It can be as small as that. And the kind of joy it gives, you won't believe. Last week, I was cooking for myself, and I love cooking, by the way. I've just discovered.
It's therapeutic?
It's very therapeutic. Cooking, cleaning, it's just my thing. So when I was cooking, I had this bok choy stem, and I just removed all the leaves, soaked it in the water for a couple of hours, and put it into the soil, and now that plant has grown. So that's my thing, and I don't know why, it just gives me so much joy, and I still somehow find so my house has like plants which have grown into trees, and I've been told that I should invite our Bidu, and he'll be very happy.
Yes, he will.
So I was just told yesterday, but these are the small things that gives me so much joy. Like, I've been growing a lot of plants at home, and I've been propagating it. I make my own fertilizer, natural fertilizers, and all supplements for the plants. It's very funny what I keep doing.
But this is what even Yashna did outside her house, and she grows the plant.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, we become what our characters are. I try and spend my Sundays with my family.
That's a good balance.
I try.
I'm sure a lot of people have asked you about, trolls and how do you deal with it. But do you feel a sense of now, like, I'm done dealing with it or taking it to my mental health, and now I'm okay with it?
The only website, that Reddit website, just pisses me off. They write bullshit about people and their characters, and they think that it's okay to comment on someone's personal lives, but you don't know that how much you're scarring, you're damaging that person, and it's really awful to read those comments. But having said that, I do find some appreciation posts as well. But there are days where I get a notification, like some news popped up or something like that, and I try not to read it because I knew it's going to like mess up with my mind. So I just like stay away. My heart starts racing faster, यार. मुझे कुछ हुआ ना, तुम सब लोगों को मैं बहुत डांटूँ.
Guys,
so you guys just like be very like sensitive about what that person might be feeling. Like, trust me, I was extremely happy in my life. I'm doing extremely good in my touchwood. But the moment you read some faltu article or something like acid test from Mrunal Thakur and all these headlines and all, which I mean, I don't even want to give so much, focus on publication, whatever it is. You do what is, but don't involve a person whose decisions in their life, which is like, I'm strong. Okay, I mean, imagine if there's someone who's not as strong as I am, what would they do?
No, I'm sure, and also like it kind of makes the person anxious, like you said, like I don't want to.
Yeah. So I just try stay away. But I think in a span of 10, 12 years, I have these fans who are so kind.
Yeah.
They're so honest, and they'll always stand up for me.
Yeah.
So whenever there's a silly article or a silly comment being made, they'll always counter, and they know what's going on. So I feel happy that if there is one negative comment, there are 20 positive comments. So
100%. Even today, when we speak about Mrunal, within family, within people, within the industry, it's always like, have you seen her skin? It's so good. She's so
Thank you.
gorgeous. She's such a great actor. Like people are constantly looking up to you.
Thank
So
you.
I have to tell you that just to make you know that there are a lot of people who admire you.
Thank you.
And
see, this is what matters.
yeah.
Like when I come back home, and if I've had a really bad day, I just look at those comments under my trailer or my song or my movie, or I see those ज़्यादा awards नहीं मिले मुझे, but जो भी कुछ मिले हैं, I look at them and I feel like इतनी सी journey में जो इतना सारा pain could get me this. Imagine what is waiting. I mean, I just want to. It just elevates me as like this. Validations are important. I mean, let's not shy away.
Yeah.
We all want validation.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, why not?
Why
like
not?
we are humans after all, and I'll be silly if I deny that.
Yeah.
So yeah, these awards do help you to perform better in your next. It drives you towards your goals, and it's also important to be surrounded by family members who always keep you grounded.
Yeah.
You need to be rooted, because otherwise you'll just get lost.
You know, lastly, I have to ask you about, I was going through your filmography and it's literally been utar chadao in a way. Especially when you have certain films, like for example, Josie did not live up to the expectations what people thought. Does that kind of bog you when such big projects, you know, don't give you what you think or what you expected out of it?
It did give me what I wanted. Like, my friends saved their number as a murderer because they thought I was so good at my job that because of that 500 rupees which I didn't give to my husband, he ended up dying. They're like, you're a murderer, bloody. And they were like, you were rude, yeah, you were mean, you know, you could just give him $500. I said, you bought Vidya's character. So that's an achievement. However, I do know the fact that it released during COVID times. So that was an exception. Obviously, a maker wants its film to do well. Chahe wo choti film ho, badi film ho. Commercially, we want it to do better. But also, it's not in our hands, because eventually, chahe film kitni bhi achhi ho, agar uski marketing achhi nahi hui, या publicity अच्छी नहीं हुई, तो film doesn't perform. And this is the fact. Like, trust me, if you watch a good film, and if you tweet about it, if you talk about it, the film will gain a lot of positive response. But are we really talking about it? Is my question. A lot of industry friends of mine congratulated me about Hi Nana, and it was the reason why it's also growing right now, is everybody's talking about it.
Yes.
But there are some people who would even have my number but still not call me and tell me that it was good. But there are two types of people. But I still want to say that I'm grateful to many of them. Like, I received so many messages from the South industry as well, from Hindi as well. Janvi wrote some really nice things about Hi Nana, and then she got to know that it was Shaurya Garu's debut film. She was like, "Oh my God, this is our director's first film. I can't believe it." But how beautiful it was, and so many messages. I'm just happy in the space that I am in right now. It's just that finally your work is being appreciated, because earlier I felt like, कितना मैं इनको convince करूँ यार, I'm good for the part, I'm good, please cast me, auditions ले लो यार, opportunity तो दो, just give me that opportunity.
No, but I feel now people, it's their loss if they kind of don't know about
maybe
you
it's
as
good
an
that
actor.
it didn't happen then, because now I value it more.
Yeah. Fair.
And you know, when you have this big thali of khana, no, like, तो एक एक जो पदार्थ होता है, तो जितने चाव से, जितने धीरे धीरे आप खाओगे, उतना मजा और आनंद आपको आएगा. So this is how success is. One step at a time. You're gonna keep climbing the ladder, because the faster you go, you have the fear of falling also. So I don't have any fear. जो होगा वो देखा जाएगा, but as long as I am getting an opportunity to work in front of the camera, irrespective of what the character is, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Grey, positive, dark, whatever. I just want to do it. I want to entertain people. I want to just blow their minds.
Thank you so much for chatting with us. We wish you all the very
Thank
best.
you.
Thank you for Hi Nana and a lot more other films that you've given us.
Thank
And
you.
we'll see you super soon.
Hey, if you like this video, like, share and subscribe to Instant Bollywood.